Hello and welcome to Onest Now. This is our brand new news video recap series that will be Monday through Friday, where we meet to talk about everything that did happen in politics on that day. My name is Onest, known as Honest Press across the socials. Wonderful to see you back. Now, I want to actually start on June 30th because when you went to bed hoping maybe, that the big, beautiful, not so beautiful bill will fail in the Senate, also something else happened. Elon Musk was back on Twitter, and he was bashing the big, not so beautiful bill. And he was fighting with President Trump, who ultimately then tweeted at Musk, on Truth Social. As you see here, he mentioned mainly two things. Let's use Doge to take away the federal funding, or at least check upon it, that Musk did receive, or his companies have received, and also let's, go all the way and deport him to South Africa. Now, according to public information, Elon Musk is a citizen of not just South Africa, but also Canada. Well, it would be then up to him where he would go if it came down to this. But let's not forget one thing. Elon Musk was the one who sponsored the campaign and who ensured that President Trump will become the 47th president of the United States. And now they're fighting. Now, what I want us to remember, that none of them is fighting in favor or against that bill because they care about your benefits, your insurance, or about the kids that ultimately, if this bill passes, go hungry to school, to bed, right? They rely on this money. Now, they care about their benefits, right? President Trump did promise those campaign sponsors to have tax breaks. He ran his campaign on protecting the border. Now, the border is militarized. There's zero crossings. I'm not sure what we take the money into, but some other ideas, such as this alligator Alcatraz camp that rightfully so, all of you on Blue Sky and also on Twitter pointed out does resemble a concentration camp. So now this bill will take the FEMA money and sponsor more camps as such. Now, so when you watch this fight, I know it's very easy to start enjoying it because we have so little joy in our lives, but I want you to remember to pick your own side. Don't pick either or. They're fighting. Nobody's fighting for you. So it is our responsibility to see what can we do to protect our rights, to defend our rights, and, maintain some type of balance. Okay? Now, Trump tweeted that. Musk then replied to the retweet of Trump's Truth Social post. He said, go ahead, do it. Take the money away. Next day, Musk pledged that if the bill passes, then he will launch the third political party in the United States, which is called by him America Party. Let's see if that happens and how this happens. And also, he said he will ensure that all the senators who supported the bill will not be as successful in re-election in 2026. Now, again, remains to be seen. Meanwhile, in the morning at 7:45 a.m. local time, Trump was leaving the White House, going to Florida to tour this alligator camp. Alligator Alcatraz camp. Now, why is it called that way? First of all, it has alligators all around it, and they think it's protecting people who will try to escape it. But he did try to rejuvenate the Alcatraz and turn it back into a prison, but it has been a museum for 40 years. So now he's getting his mini version of that thing. That's why they call it that way. Now, I know a lot of you refer to it as Alligator Auschwitz and all of that. I have to stick with the names that the White House labels it with. You're free to comment and call it the way you want. Now, before leaving, he was asked by reporters to comment on his Twitter situation with Musk. Take a look.
And his Doge is going to look at Musk. And if Doge looks at Musk, we're going to save a fortune. Thank you very much, everybody. I don't think you should be playing that game with me.
And so, as you see, I think this story will continue. Now, meanwhile, Trump is flying to Florida. He then ultimately arrives in Florida, and he's greeted and also, invited to this tour of this camp by the Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, Noam, and the Governor of Florida, DeSantis.
Biden wanted me in here, okay? He wanted me. It didn't work out that way, but he wanted me in here.
And so they're touring the facility, as you see here. It does resemble a concentration camp. I grew up in Germany. We did, school visits to such things, and it does resemble it. Now, they also mentioned that the first person to check into this facility will do so in 24 hours, which, well, was this morning, so tomorrow morning. They also claimed that this was built within 8 days, remains to be seen, and that it can be rebuilt in 72 hours. Now, what we need to understand that they're using FEMA money to build these camps. So money that should go to helping people who are experiencing, hurricanes and floods and fires. Now, this is going to be, this type of adventure here with this camps. Now, this one can host 3,000 people. You see what the facilities are. Some of you were asking, where is the toilet? Well, I found this snapshot with the toilet. I guess that's what it is. No privacy whatsoever. A really devastating day on both ends, right? We started the day by taking away the little that people who rely on that little help have, right? I understand that the bill did pass the Senate. It did pass literally 50-50. And then Vice President Vance had to cast his vote and make it 51-50.
Vote. The yeas are 50. The nays are 50. The Senate being evenly divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
Now, the person was who ultimately became that key person in this vote was Lisa Murkowski from Alaska, who, after voting in favor of this bill, said the following.
I advocated for my state's interests. I will continue to do that, and I will make no excuses for doing that. Do I like this bill? No, because I tried to take care of Alaska's interests. But I know that in many parts of the country, there are Americans that are not going to be advantaged by this bill. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that we moved through an artificial deadline, an artificial timeline.
So I guess we're all moving to Alaska, aren't we? Also, about 17 million people will lose their insurance, and the kids will not be having any lunches paid at school. Now, this bill goes back to the House, and they want to vote on it tomorrow. I will be recapping it for you tomorrow, and also tomorrow we will have our newsroom briefing in terms of a newsletter, so all the details will be there as well. Let's hope it doesn't pass, but we have a big difference between Democrats and Republicans in terms of numbers there. So let's see what happens. Trump is trying to pass this big, beautiful bill by July 4th to connect it together with the Independence Day celebrations. Now, another devastating part is this launch of this concentration camps, right? It's really, one thing is to imagine it and read about it. And yes, we saw those photo ops, right, with Noam standing in the background. There were all these people piled up in other countries. But now it's here. It's on American land. It's paid by our tax money. Devastating day. For me personally, and this is what I want to end with, positive note was today's Canada Day. And I want to congratulate all Canadians on your day today. You are a beacon of light for us, and please keep it that way. I do understand that we have some questionable movements, such as Canada did postpone again the digital tax that's supposed to go in effect this week in order to keep negotiating with Trump. Now, Prime Minister Carney is meeting tomorrow with the CEOs of Canadian auto companies, and he will hear what they want, and he will use that for negotiation with the White House. So let's see, let's give them the benefit of doubt, at least, to see what they will accomplish. Because I know we see like, where's the elbows up? Why are we posing things? Come on now, right? We meaning Ottawa. I'm not there, but right? Let's see. Let's see what will happen. I'm waiting on the news about the Golden Dome. I shared my opinions many times that I do not think that this is a wise idea. Also, the Golden Dome idea, protection of the United States, it's not feasible without Canada. So Canada has very good cards, if we're talking about cards, negotiating with Trump's White House on this Golden Dome participation. Also, that idea is not feasible. It will take many years. Canada just signed an agreement with the European Union to become the part of the SAFE program and to use their air defense for, the Arctic specifically. So you're in good hands. You don't need as much of American help as probably was a couple of years ago. So let's give them benefit of doubt. Again, I will be putting everything, also Canadian coverage, in our news briefings, which next one will come tomorrow. And if you're new here, thank you so much for joining. I'm doing the newsletters, and you see it here. If you go to honestnetwork.com/newsletter, we have news briefings Monday, Wednesday, Friday, factual recaps of everything that did happen 48 hours before the newsletter goes live, which is about 5 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. And I recap world news, national news, defense news, also every sort of bright moments and not so bright moments that happened that day. And of course, your favorite today in history. So what did happen on that day in America, but also in the world. And then on Saturdays, we have weekly recaps. There's also a newsletter where you get the links to all the videos, newsletters, and everything that you perhaps could have missed that week, right? And then Sunday, we have Sunday edition, which is no politics. And you can, again, find all the newsletters right under this link and in the description of this episode. So this was very first Honest Now. Very happy to be here. Please subscribe, please like this, and I will see you tomorrow for another recap. Thank you for watching.